Hey Shane. Before we work this question right here, I just want to maybe touch on this unit for the test. And everything we've been doing in this course right now, up until this point, has been dealing with equations, right? When something equals something out. So we looked at exponents, we looked at fractions, we looked at algebra, we looked at rates and ratios, and all these are just different ways of solving an equation. Unit 8 with graphing is just one more way of solving an equation. You can graph an equation, and we can then visually see what the solutions would be. Okay, so we're going to take a look at this one, and hopefully you can kind of help apply this to the rest of the unit. And again, if you have any other questions, just feel free to shoot them to me, and I'll be happy to help you. Here we have 3x plus 2y equals 12. Okay, so I pop in a word here. I have this written down, and again, there's a bunch of different ways that we could graph this. There's an old school way where I would say, pick some values of x. Maybe we'll do like -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. We would have to do algebra to rearrange this to get y equals, and then I would sub in and figure that out for each value of y. That's just one method. It's called making a table of values. Another method, I could just punch this right into Desmos.com or an online graphing calculator, and I would see that picture. But for us here, the easiest one is to do the intercepts. So I'm going to find the x-intercept, and then I'm going to find the y-intercept, and then I'll show you what that looks like on the graph. So let's find the x-intercept first. And to find the x-intercept, we make the y 0, right? So what that means, I have 3x plus 2 times 0 equals 12. And basically 2 times 0 is just 0. It's gone anyway. You can just effectively wipe out this whole term. So really what I have is 3x equals 12. And then we'll just do algebra here. Divide both sides by 3. And x comes out to be 4. So what this means is the line of this graph is going to cross the x-axis at the value 4. All right? So x equals 4. I'll just make a note of that up here. And I'll erase my work to save some space. Now we're going to do the same idea, but now we're going to find the y-intercept. So we're going to make x 0. So it's going to be 3 times 0 plus 2y equals 12. Effectively, this is gone. Effectively, we just have 2y equals 12. Again, I'll divide both sides by 2, and y equals 6. Okay, so again, the line of this graph is going to hit the y-axis at 6. Okay, so now we're going to use that information. Let's go back in. We're going to click on our graphing tool. We're going to enlarge the graph here. And I'm going to select my straight line tool because we're not dealing with curved lines yet or anything like that. And I need to tell it 2 points. So the first one, I had my x-intercept is at 4. So there's my first point. And then I can kind of cycle around, and I know that it crosses the y-axis at 6. So I just put my mouse there, and there's my line. Perfect. I hit save, and then I can check my answer, and we nailed it. Okay, so this is just another way of representing equations. But again, if we wanted to look for solutions right now, if we wanted to look for a solution, any point along this line would be a solution. Right? So if x was 2, I could go up and say, oh, well, y is 3. That's the solution here. So you go up from the value you have, in this case 2. I just made this example up, by the way. Going up to 2, touch the line, then you go over, and that's your y. So once you get a picture here, you could find multiple solutions really quickly. That's the beauty of graphing. Okay, so I hope that helps. Like I said, if you have any other questions, feel free to let me know. Thanks.